Sports Medicine is the most trusted of its kind in Northeast Indiana. That's because of the benefits our services provide you. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionists, the expert physicians at O&E, the area's only specialized athletic rehab, and the region's industry leader in sports performance, AWP. The roster coordinates your care in state-of-the-art facilities conveniently located in your community. To start your journey, visit us at parkviewsportsmedicine.com.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to boys high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com. Our cameraman tonight is Balin Height. I'm Jim Measel to give you all the play-by-play action as we wrap up the regular season for 2016-2017. The Concordia Lutheran Cadets at home tonight, hosting the Eagles of Columbia City. Non-conference matchup to close out the regular season. Concordia comes in 3-17. Columbia City 10-13. And for both teams, their final tune-ups before the sectional start on Tuesday night. Once again, tonight's broadcast is being brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Both of these teams coached by first-year head coaches. Austin Toms for Concordia and Brett Eberly for Columbia City. Columbia City won last year's meeting between these two schools on their home court, 62-45. They've not played a whole lot over the years. Over the last 3 decades, Columbia City with a 3-2 edge. The Eagles started the season losing their first 5 games. Then they beat East Noble and Wawasee, lost 3 in a row. So on December 30th, they were 2-8, but since that time, the Eagles have gone 8-5. Obviously, they've had a much better second half than first half. At one time, they won 4 in a row, and 5 out of 6. They're coming off a 50-45 loss to Northridge last Saturday night. For Concordia, record-wise, it's been a tough year. They won their first game over Canterbury, then lost 12 straight before defeating Angola on February 9th, 45-41. Then they lost to Homestead, DeKalb, and Wayne. And then last Saturday, they won at Fremont, 45-32, for their 3rd victory of the season. Cadets are coming off a 49-37 loss to Norwell on Tuesday night. And for the Cadets, this is their first home game since they beat Angola on February 9th. They have played 5 straight on the road since that time. Concordia won the JV game earlier tonight. It was a very entertaining junior varsity game, 37-34. And now let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's game. Let's go down to our public address announcer.
Basketball matchup between the Columbia City Eagles and the Concordia Cadets. At this time, we will announce the starting lineups for both teams. First, for Columbia City, a 6'1 junior, number 3, Garrett Railing. A 5'10 senior, number 5, Jordan Bechtold. A 5'10 freshman, number 14, Mitchell Wilson. A 6'7 senior, number 15, Parker Hazen. And a 6'5 junior, number 44, Hamad Kurishi. Columbia City is coached by Brett Everly. He is assisted by Ethan Marsh and Gary Gosher. And now, please welcome to the floor the Concordia JROTC mascot. 14, Braden Pearson. A 6'2" sophomore, number 20, Adam Gottschalk. A 6'5" senior, number 21, Larson Ashford. And a 6'1" junior, number 24, RJ Anderson. Concordia is coached by Austin Combs. He is assisted by Keith Ronnie and Tim Tones. Officials for tonight's game, Jake Linder, Steve Howell, and Doug Mackey.
Even the officials get a salute by the JRROTC members. All right, we're getting set to go here at Concordia Lutheran. Parkview Sports Medicine, a proud supporter of Fort Wayne area athletics and its athletes. Parkview Sports Medicine can provide the training, treatment, and education you need to advance your sports game. Have questions about injury prevention, sports nutrition, and more? We've got you covered. That's Parkview Sports Medicine at parkview.com. And Sports Center Incorporated is Fort Wayne's premier sporting goods dealer, offering equipment rental, embroidery, and screen printing. Sports Center is ready and willing to help you place orders and or answer any questions concerning pricing. Sports Center Incorporated, 5511 Coventry Lane, Fort Wayne, 46804. And away we go here at Concordia Lutheran, the final night of regular season high school basketball. Glad you're with us on SummitCitySports.com. Concordia controlling the opening tip. Columbia City in the dark uniforms. They're in a man-to-man. Concordia in their home whites, going to the bucket to our left. And this is Pearson with the basketball. Gottschalk, triple try for the left corner, not there. Gottschalk gets his own rebound, scoops and scores.
2 points, Adam Gottschalk.
Adam Gottschalk averaging about 11 points a game, opening the scoring for the Cadets of Concordia. 2-0 Concordia, and they open up in a 2-3 zone. We saw them play zone last Friday night for most of the game against Wayne, and were fairly successful at it. They just had a tough night shooting the basketball as they lost to the Generals. Now a scramble, and Concordia forces a jump ball. Arrow belongs to Columbia City. It is warm in here tonight. Temperatures were in the mid-60s coming to the gymnasium early this evening. Now they're expected to drop rather quickly during the overnight hours, and we'll be back into the 30s by this time tomorrow night. But it's a little bit on the steamy side in here. A lot of fans came here tonight wearing shorts, and I should have taken advantage of the frozen yogurt they had at the concession stand earlier. All right, this is Bechtold to Mitchell Wilson. Now triple try right corner is missed. A miss there for Railing, and Columbia City missing on their opening possession. Gottschalk misses a three from the left corner, and one and out for the Cadets. Quickly down court come the Eagles. This is Bechtold. Bechtold down low, missed everybody. Out of bounds it goes. It's Concordia basketball. We played a minute and a half. Concordia with a 2-0 lead over Columbia City. Eagles set up pressure in the backcourt. And then it comes to Dance. Gottschalk, Pearson, Gottschalk, Dance. Back to Gottschalk. Not over the timeline. Better hurry. Dance has it now, draws the double team. You can see what Columbia City wants to do defensively, put pressure on the ball out high. Pearson cut off at the baseline, gives it up. Here's Anderson. Gottschalk from the left corner for three, misses it. Rebound to the Eagles as Railing ran it down for Columbia City. Still 2-0 favor Concordia. We played 2 minutes here at Concordia Lutheran High School. Wilson to Hazen, and he'll miss from about 10 feet. Rebound corralled by the Eagles. Triple try is missed by Wilson, and the rebound to Ashford for Concordia. Here come the Cadets leading 2-0. Pearson over the timeline. Columbia City man-to-man. Bechtold guarding Pearson. Pearson maintained his dribble. Now Anderson, near side Dance. Dance with 5:25 to go in the opening quarter. Gottschalk to Pearson. Pearson on the right wing. Back outside it comes. Ashford has it at the arc. Now outside to Anderson. Here's Dance. Dance gets a screen to the lane. Runner with the right hand, not there. Rebound to Caresi for Columbia City. Here come the Eagles, down 2-0. Caresi inside, scores and one.
2 points, Hamad Kirishi.
Hamad Caressi scoring the first bucket of the night for Columbia City. And he'll be at the foul line for the old-fashioned three-point play. Dance commits the foul for Concordia. First foul on anybody. We have played exactly 3 minutes. Caressi's foul shot is not there. Rebound Anderson for Concordia. We're tied 2-2. 4:55 to go in the opening quarter. Here's Dance over the timeline, working against Railing. The two number 3s guarding each other. Dance, Anderson, and with it now is Pearson, and there's a foul out high on Wilson. Wilson whistled for the first Columbia City foul of the night. 4:42 to go in the opening quarter. We're tied at 2-2. Gottschalk triggers in front of the Columbia City bench. Dance has it. Dance goes between the circles. Now here's a triple try for Ashford. Bullseye! Ashford from downtown. And that's his first three-point bucket of the season. Concordia with a 5-2 lead now with 4:23 to go in the opening quarter. And here's the big guy, Hazen, working his way inside. Parker Hazen, the 6'7", 190 senior. And he draws contact. He'll shoot two.
Number 24, R.J. Anderson.
R.J. Anderson, his first, team foul number 2 for the Cadets. Here's Parker Hazen, 6'7" senior. 2 foul shots, line right. And the first one is not there. The iron unkind for Hazen. Columbia City will be opening up sectional play Tuesday night at Belmont. If we get a chance later on, we'll run down all the sectionals for you in boys basketball next week. He missed them both. So Columbia City is 0 for 3 at the stripe early on. 4:14 to go in the opening quarter. Concordia with a 5-2 lead in the basketball. Some problems for Ashford. Gives it up outside. Pearson, triple try. Bullseye! Well, it didn't look pretty, but it works out for Concordia. They have an 8-2 lead now. Back-to-back triples by Pearson and Ashford. 3:55 to go in the opening quarter. Wilson. Bechtold for 3. That's not there. Rebound slapped outside, and Rayling grabs it for Columbia City. Now Wilson. Wilson lobs it to Hazen. Hazen scores. Parker Hazen gets his first bucket of the night. 8-4 Concordia. 3:31 to go in the opening quarter. Pearson goes to the right wing. Pearson comes around the screen. Jams it off to Anderson. Here's Gottschalk. Gottschalk at the elbow. Gives it up to Ashford. Dance has it now. Dance, top of the key. Near side Gottschalk. Gottschalk gets a screen, dribbles to the elbow, fires a triple. That's not there, off the back of the iron. Hazen the rebound for Columbia City. 3 minutes to go in the opening period. 8-4 Concordia. Triple try, right corner. Not there for Wilson. Rebound run down by Dance for Concordia. Here come the Cadets leading 8-4. 2:50 left in the first quarter. Dance, top of the key. Dance goes to the right wing. Hazen comes out on him now. Here's Anderson. Anderson to Gottschalk. Gottschalk comes to the foul line. Spins, leans in. Right hand tough shot, not there. Hazen, the rebound for Columbia City. Gottschalk forced that last shot there. It remains 8-4 Concordia. 2:23 to go in the opening quarter. Bechtold to Wilson. Railing down low, and that's going to be a blocking foul. Oh my. Hazen lowered the shoulder, but they're going to call a blocking foul on Concordia, and it's on Ashford. His first, team foul number 3. Substitutions now for Concordia. We got Alec Piper into the ball game, number 12. And Caressi back in, number 44 for Columbia City. Eagles have the basketball. Railing misses from 14. Rebound lost. Scramble is still on. Finally corralled by Pearson. Pearson comes over the timeline for the Cadets. 2:02 to go in the first quarter. Cadets have the basketball in an 8-4 lead. As we wrap up the regular season on this Friday night in a rather warm Concordia Lutheran Gymnasium. Somebody turn on the air conditioning. Piper, over it goes to Pearson. Pearson working on Wilson, the two number 14s. Pearson with 1:40 left in the first quarter. Now Bechtold comes out on him. Here's Ashford, cut off the baseline. Finds Pearson. Pearson in traffic, lost it, got it back. Outside of Dance. Dance between the circles. And they'll reset the offense. Coach Toms yells blue. All right, let's see what blue can do here. Here's Dance. Over to Gottschalk. Baseline drive. Outside Pearson. Top of the key, Dance. Dance down the lane. Runner scores with the right hand. 4 different Concordia players have scored here in the opening quarter. And it's 10-4, good buddy. Concordia with the lead. Down low, there's a jump ball called. Arrow belongs to Concordia. Boy, watching Concordia here in the first quarter, you can see the improvement they have made here in the last few weeks. I thought last Friday against Wayne, their zone defense in the first half was very effective. And here tonight, this is some of the best basketball we've seen Concordia play this season. And it comes at a good time right before sectionals. Here's a foul on Bechtold. And that'll be his first, team foul number 2.
Number 5, Jordan Bechtold.
Ethan Christian, number 4, checks in for Columbia City. Gottschalk, number 20, checks back in for Concordia, replacing Pearson. 47.9 to go here in the first quarter. Concordia with the basketball and a 10-4 lead. Working to the bucket to our left. This is Dance. Let's see if Concordia will hold it for maybe the last shot. We're under 40 seconds now. Gottschalk, or rather that's Piper, I beg your pardon. Wow, got away with a walk there, didn't he? Columbia City wanted to travel, but no love for the Eagles from the officials. 25 seconds to go in the quarter, and now the Cadets will play for 1. Down to 21 seconds. Dance, no count. Gets a screen to the left wing. Lost it. Retrieves it before it comes back over the timeline. No over and back. Piper with 10 seconds. Piper, nice dish inside. Score it for Ashford. He's got 5. Here come the Eagles. One last shot before the end of the quarter and score it for Bechtold. Bechtold drains it from the right elbow as the first quarter comes to an end. And after 1 quarter of play, your score, Concordia Lutheran 12, Columbia City 6. Parkview Sports Medicine is a proud supporter of Fort Wayne area athletics and its athletes. Parkview Sports Medicine can provide the training, treatment, and education you need to advance your sports game. Have questions about injury prevention, sports nutrition, and more? We've got you covered. That's Parkview Sports Medicine at parkview.com. Sports Center Incorporated is Fort Wayne's premier sporting goods dealer, offering equipment rental, embroidery, and screen printing. Sports Center is ready and willing to help you place orders and or answer any questions concerning pricing. Sports Center Incorporated is located at 5511 Coventry Lane, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46804. Once again, tonight's broadcast being brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Larson Ashford with 5 points for Concordia in that opening quarter. Pearson had 3, Gottschalk 2, Dance also with 2. And for Columbia City, Bechtold, Hazen, and Caressi all with 2 points. 12-6 Concordia as we start the second quarter. Columbia City will have the ball to open quarter number 2 on the possession arrow, working to the bucket to our right. Mitchell Wilson to Jordan Bechtold. Back to Wilson. Concordia stays in their 3-2 zone. Now this is Bechtold. Bechtold into the lane. Hazen to the rack. Tied up. Jump ball is called. That'll be Concordia basketball. 7:42 to go until halftime. 12-6 favor Concordia. Now Columbia City sets up pressure in the backcourt. Concordia earlier won the JV game 37-34 over Columbia City. Dance in the backcourt. To Gottschalk. Back to Dance. Gottschalk. Dance over the timeline. Now here's Ashford from 14. Got it! Tough shot. Ashford has 7. 14-6 Concordia. Ashford averaging 8.1 a game, almost to a season average with 7 points so far tonight. 14-6 Concordia, their biggest lead of the ball game. Wilson, left corner, railing. Hazen from 15, it's there. Hazen has 4. Cadets lead at 6, 14-8, favor Concordia. 7 minutes to go until halftime. Gottschalk over the timeline to dance. Pass knocked out of bounds in front of the Columbia City bench by Ethan Christian. It remains Concordia basketball. Concordia has not trailed in this game. They lead 14-8. And it comes to Dance. 6:52 to go until halftime. Dance to the right wing. Piper at the top of the key. Piper has to give it up to Dance. And Dance will reset the offense. Comes back towards the center jump circle. Now goes to the right wing. Gets a screen from Ashford. Dance over it goes to Piper. Piper down to the blocks it comes. And Ashford got, no, he traveled. I thought he got bumped, but the official has a travel, so turnover gives the ball back to Columbia City. 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. 14-8 favor Concordia. All right, with the basketball is Wilson. Wilson over to Railing. Left corner triple try, not there for Bechtold. Rebound to Concordia as it was grabbed by Piper. Gottschalk at midcourt, working against Christian. Now Dance on the left wing, gets a screen, comes to the top of the key. Dance left wing, guarded by Railing. Now hands it back to Ashford, long three, not there. And on the rebound, a whistle with 5:55 to go until halftime. And we're going to get a Concordia foul whistled on R.J. Anderson. That'll be his second, team foul number 4. All right, Columbia City basketball. Concordia with a 14-8 lead. 5:48 to go until halftime. Bechtold on the left side between the circles to Railing. Railing gets it back, top of the key. Bechtold to the right elbow. Finds Christian. Christian stolen by Gottschalk. Gottschalk with the pilfer. Comes over the timeline. Hands it back to Dance. Now Dance between the circles. Columbia City stays man-to-man. Bechtold guarding Dance. Down to 5:17 to go until halftime. Ashford left elbow, back to Dance. Concordia very patient with each possession in this opening half. It's been pretty much a half-court game. They lead 14-8. There's a deflected pass going out of bounds. It remains Concordia basketball. 5:03 to go until halftime. Now we have Trent Simmons checking into the ball game for Columbia City, number 24. He's a 6'5 junior. They got a lot of height in this Eagles ball club. Hazen at 6'7. Simmons at 6'5. Caressi at 6'5. Here's the inbounds. Dance trying to find somebody. Now gets it into Gottschalk. Whoop. It goes to the backcourt. Piper has to run it down. And Columbia City claiming that ball was deflected by a Concordia player, but no, says the official. Cadets may have gotten a break. Gottschalk misses it from 14. Rebound Hazen for Columbia City. Here come the Eagles with 4:43 to go in the first half. Pass deflected out of bounds. And they say last touch by an Eagle. So it'll be Concordia ball once again. Sam Meyer checks in now for Concordia Lutheran. He replaces Ashford. 4:42 to go in the first half. Another substitution. We get Brendan Slagle for Columbia City checking in, a 5'9 senior. He wears number 10 and he replaces Wilson. 4:42 to go until halftime. It's Concordia 14, Columbia City 8. Neither team is in the bonus. We got fouls to give all over the place. Piper for three, bullseye from the right wing. Piper from downtown, he's a 30% shooter from beyond the arc. As a team, Concordia shooting 29% from downtown, but they've hit 3 triples in this opening half. Hazen with a jam. Hazen says, dinner is served, fellas. 17-10. Concordia leads by 7. 4 minutes to play until halftime. Here's Pearson trying to get a screen. Now with it is Gottschalk. Gottschalk over to Pearson. Pearson trying to get a screen from Meyer. Loose ball, stolen by Railing. Eagles may have numbers. Bechtold to the glass, and Gottschalk with the rejection. Columbia City will keep it with 3:41 to go until halftime. On the inbounds, they say that pass was touched by Gottschalk, so it remains Columbia City ball. Bechtold will trigger down here in the right corner for the Columbia City Eagles. They trail 17-10. Hazen cut off the baseline. Whoops. Loose ball comes back to Hazen. Hey, look what I found. He'll miss, but he got fouled, and Parker Hazen will be shooting 2.
Foul is on number 32, Cheyenne Quintana.
Cheyenne Quintana committing that foul, number 32. Hayes going to be going to the stripe here shortly. Hazen is 0 for 2 at the line tonight, has 6 points. 0 for 3. And the Eagles now as a team 0 for 4. Dance checks back in along with Ashford for Concordia Lutheran. 3:33 to go in the first half. It's Concordia with a 17-10 lead over Columbia City. Hazen has one more. And he splits the pair and gives him 7 points for the night. Caressi, number 44, back in for Columbia City, replacing Hazen. Concordia with a 6-point lead, 17-11. And Dance has the basketball for the Cadets, hands it off to Piper. Back to Dance, he comes over the timeline. Dance guarded by Railing. Top of the key. Dance to the lane. Inside it comes. Tough shot for Ashford. He kissed it in off the window. That gives him 9. Ashford having a solid first half for Concordia Lutheran. Cadets back up by 8. 19-11 is the score. Coming down to 3 minutes to play in the opening half. Bechtold. Railing. Bechtold. Over to Slagle. Now Railing has it. Slagle. Railing. Right elbow. Bechtold, top of the key. Concordia stays in that zone defense. It's been bothering Columbia City for the most part tonight. Bechtold gets an opening. Nice dish down low. And score the bucket for Caressi. That gives them 4 points for the night. 19-13, 6-point lead for Concordia. Nice job by Columbia City breaking down that zone the last time down. Piper misses a triple. Dance runs down the rebound. Baseline drive to the rack. Can't not finish, but he got fouled. And Jaden Dance, the 6'1", 170 senior, going to stripe to shoot 2 for Concordia.
Foul is on number 3, Garrett Railing.
Foul on Railing, his first, just the third foul on Columbia City. Concordia's been whistled for 5. So the Cadets still have a foul to give. We have 2:20 left until halftime. Dance sinks the first one. And he's had his struggles at the line this year, 36%. 20-13 is the score. Concordia with a 7-point lead. One more foul shot upcoming for Dance. And the second one is no good. Concordia as a team has struggled at the line this year, 55% as a team. And things like that happen when you're 3-17, but so far Concordia's looked good tonight. Hazen, nice strong move, and he scores. Hazen has 7 in this quarter, 9 for the night. So he's starting to operate downhill now. 20-15, a 5-point lead for Concordia. 1:55 to go until halftime. Here's Piper trying to get a screen. 5-point lead for the Cadets. Dance on the near side. Dance to the foul line. Fires. Misses. Rebound Columbia City. Grabbed by Christian. Here come the Eagles. They can cut the lead to 3 or maybe 2 on this trip. They have not led in this game. Slagle. Wilson. Wilson drives it. Finds an opening. Scoops and scores. And 1. The freshman, Mitchell Wilson, cuts the lead to 3, 20-17. Fouls on Ashford. That'll be his second. 6th foul on Concordia. And the next foul in the Cadets will put Columbia City into the bonus. 1:28 to go until halftime. Eagles starting to build some momentum now. A 6-1 spurt here for Columbia City has cut the Concordia lead to 3, and it could be 2. If Wilson hit the foul shot, he does not. Columbia City really struggling at the foul line. Ashford got the rebound. Eagles now are 1 out of 6 at the line. That's not going to get the job done. Pearson, over it goes to Dance. Dance, back outside. Gottschalk ball fakes to Dance. Dance brings it back outside. Gottschalk into the lane. Gottschalk, runner with the right hand, scores! Gottschalk with some nifty moves there. Creativity there by Adam Gottschalk, the senior, playing his final home game. 22-17, a 5-point lead for Concordia. We're down to 47 seconds to go until halftime. Christian, Hazen. Oh, what a pass inside by Hazen, and score the bucket for Wilson. Hazen with a bullet pass right there. And credit Wilson for catching that hot potato. 22-19, a 3-point lead for Concordia. Down to 27 seconds. Pearson back outside of Dance. And let's see if they play for 1 now as the clock winds down to 20 seconds. Columbia City's got fouls to give here. They can be really aggressive defensively. 13 seconds, 12 seconds, 11, 10. Gottschalk down to 8, 7, 6 seconds. Dance with 4. Pearson. Gottschalk, better hurry. No, he does not get it off in time. Great defense by Columbia City. And they'll take that into the locker room at halftime. Little mojo for the Eagles. A fine defensive stand as Concordia could not get a shot away before the halftime buzzer. Halftime here at Concordia Lutheran. It is Concordia Lutheran 22, Columbia City 19. Jim Measle here along with our cameraman Balin Height. And again, tonight's broadcast being brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Their state championship rings.
And a special ceremony going on here at halftime. The state championship football team here at Concordia getting their rings. Well earned at that. So we'll watch that here at halftime, and we'll let you know that Parkview Sports Medicine is a proud supporter of Fort Wayne area athletics and its athletes. Parkview Sports Medicine can provide the training, treatment, and education you need to advance your sports game. Have questions about injury prevention, sports nutrition, and more? We've got you covered. That's Parkview Sports Medicine at parkview.com. Well, why don't we go down and listen to this halftime ceremony honoring the state championship football team here at Concordia.
Number 2, Peter Morrison. Number 3, Noah Parrish. Number 4, Peterson Curlgreen. Number 5, Keani Griggs. Number 6, Andrew Fortmeyer. Number 7, Drew Bordner. Number 8, Nathan Linnemeyer. Number 9, Nick Bradley. Number 10, Bryce Woods. Number 11, Tyson Chambers. Number 12, Keaton Collier. Number 15, Jacob Dorfler. Number 16, James McGlaston. Number 17, Will Kmeyer. Number 20, Marcus Morrow. Number 21, Keontre Hughes. Number 22, Trey King. Number 24, Chad Grover. Number 25, Joseph Chandler. Number 30, Nick Craddock. Number 31, Preston Curlgreen. Number 32, Alec Quinn. Number 33, Liam Fletcher. Number 34, Mark Mallers. Number 35, Kamari Anderson Drew. Number 40, Diabion Ryden. Number 42, Michael Fairfield. Number 44, Andrew Travis. Number 50, Jacob Dahl. Number 51, Nick Anderson. Number 52, Gabe Voss. Number 53, Javier Bailey. Number 54, Zachary Bird-Leach. Number 56, Vershawn Starks. Number 57, Colin Webb. Number 63, Trey Freeman. Number 64, Matthias Lee. Number 65, Andrew Smith. Number 67, Mark Stafford. Number 68, Malachi Cowan. Number 70, Tristan Chambers. Number 71, Jackson Spires. Number 72, Casey Codling. Number 73, Luke Freigang. Number 74, Chase Mertz. Number 75, Lucas Johnson. Number 76, Wyatt Compton. Number 77, Nick Webb. Number 78, Andy Wade. Number 80, Max Himmler. Number 81, Christian Lucas. Number 82, Corday Jones. Number 83, Ted Rockroar. Number 85, Ben Henshin. Number 91, Mason Kaczynski. Manager, Lauren Rexburg. Manager, Abby Dunno. Manager, Kiana Gaines. Manager, Savannah Codling. Manager, Alana Dixie. Manager, Layla Jones. Head coach, Tim Manigal. Assistant coach, Seth Bennett. Assistant coach, Chris Bruni. Assistant coach, Paul Fleege. Assistant coach, Matt Hicks. Assistant coach, Lance Hoffman. Assistant coach, Bruce Kilpatrick. Assistant coach, Mark Collier. Assistant coach, Andy Morris. Assistant coach, John Nome. Assistant coach, Jerry Ratzberg. Assistant coach, Jacob Scare. Athletic trainer, Josh Seidner. Athletic trainer, Allie Dorfler. Athletic director, Dean Dorfler. And assistant athletic director, Stephanie Marks. Ladies and gentlemen, please give these gentlemen one more round of applause. Your 2016 3A state champion, Concordia Cadets.
Standing ovation. And they ought to get a standing ovation. State championship football team here at Concordia. The players, the managers, and the coaches all getting their championship rings here at halftime. Well deserved. And they really showed a lot of people down in Indianapolis what type of football we play up here in the Summit City. Well done, young men. Well done. Nice ceremony here at halftime of the last regular season basketball game of the season. Again here at halftime, Concordia leads Columbia City 22-19. As you're catching all the action tonight here on SummitCitySports.com. Sports Center is Fort Wayne's premier sporting goods dealer, offering equipment rental, embroidery, and screen printing. Sports Center is ready and willing to help you place orders and or answer any questions concerning pricing. Sports Center Incorporated, located at 5511 Coventry Lane, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46804. Want to take this opportunity to wish the Homestead Spartans girls basketball team the best of luck tomorrow night, as they'll be playing for the 4A state championship, and hopefully they'll bring back some hardware to the Summit City. They've had an outstanding season, 27-2, and they'll be facing Pike tomorrow night for the 4A title. Pike 24-3. The other state championship games tomorrow in girls basketball, South Bend St. Joe's against North Harrison for the 3A title. Oak Hill plays Eastern from Pekin for the 2A crown, and Union City plays Wood Memorial for the 1A championship tomorrow in Indianapolis. First half numbers unofficially for Columbia City. Parker Hazen leads the way with 9 points. Hamad Karesi has 4 points for Mitchell Wilson and 2 points for Jordan Bechtold. Columbia City really struggling at the foul line. One of the reasons why they're down 3 here at the half, their foul shooting. They were only 1 out of 6 at the stripe in the first half. For Concordia, Jaden Dance has 3 points. Alec Piper has 3. Braden Pearson has 3. 4 points for Adam Goschalk, and Larson Ashford leading all scorers right now for Concordia with 9 points. The Cadets are 1 of 2 at the line. As the two teams start to come out of the locker room, and well, Columbia City is out here to start the second half. Concordia will be coming out here shortly. Coming up next week, the start of the sectionals. Play begins on Tuesday night. And running down the sectionals involving Fort Wayne schools at Carroll In Class 4A on Tuesday, it'll be Northside, the number 1 team of the state, taking on DeKalb. They'll be followed by East Noble against Carroll. Northrop and Snyder drew the byes. Northrop plays the North DeKalb winner next Friday at 6. Snyder gets the winner of the East Noble Carroll game in the second semifinal next Friday. Snyder hoping to make a long tournament run after running the table to win the Summit Athletic Conference this year, and we could have another Snyder North matchup for the sectional title next Saturday night. We'll see. At the Wayne sectional on Tuesday, Muncie Central takes on Jay County. That'll be followed by Fort Wayne South against Homestead. Next Friday, Huntington North plays either Muncie Central or Jay County in the first game, and Wayne in the second semifinal faces either South or Homestead. In the 3A sectionals at Garrett, Dwenger plays Leo in the first game on Tuesday night at 6, followed by Concordia against Angola, a rematch from a game on February the 9th when Concordia beat Angola 45-41. And Angola with another solid team again this year at 16-7. They got to the regionals last year. They won the sectionals at New Haven, you may recall. Speaking of New Haven, they drew a bye, and New Haven will be facing the Leo Dwenger winner in the first game next Friday night. Garrett, the host team, will face either Concordia or Angola in the second semifinal on Friday. Again, Columbia City, they play Belmont in the second game on Tuesday night. Mississinawa plays Heritage in the first game on Tuesday. Lourdes in that sectional at Belmont, and Lourdes will play either Mississinawa or Heritage in the first semifinal on Friday. Norwell gets either Belmont or Columbia City in the second semifinal. At Woodland, one game on Tuesday, Cherubusco is against South Adams. On Wednesday, it'll be Bluffton against Canterbury, Adams Central against Eastside. Woodland drew the bye. They'll face the Tuesday winner in the first semifinal on Friday, and then the two Wednesday night winners will play in the second semifinal on Friday night. Blackhawk Christian, they play at the Bethany Christian sectional, and their first game will be the opening game of that sectional, Tuesday night at 6 against Elkhart Christian. All right, second half is underway. Columbia City going to the bucket to our left. They have the ball on the possession arrow to start the second half, and there's a foul right off the bat on Adam Gottschalk. So a foul whistle just 13 seconds into the second half. Pearson triggers, gets it in. Or rather, I'm sorry, Wilson triggers, gets it into Hazen. Columbia City trailing 22-19. Now Hazen at the blocks, fires and fills it. Hazen's got 11. Let's see if he gets a lot of touches here in the second half, because it looks like Concordia is having some problems matching up with the 6'7 senior. Pearson from the right baseline, misses. Rebound Hazen. Hazen in a hurry as Columbia City opens it up. Whoa! Wilson fouled and then some. He'll shoot two. He's all right. Ashford picks up his third foul, second on the team. So Ashford in some foul difficulty now. 7:12 to go third quarter. Mitchell Wilson, 5'10", 155 freshman, 2 shots. Misses the first one. And the nightmare for Columbia City continues at the line. They're now 1 out of 7. Ashford goes out. Meyer checks in for Concordia, number 30. Wilson has 4 points tonight. And he ties the game as he splits the pair. Tied at 22. Columbia City has not led in this game, and they seem to have a little bit more hop in their sneakers. I think Coach Brett Eberly had a little chat with the boys at halftime. There's a 10-second violation. Concordia did not get the ball over the timeline in the allotted 10 seconds, and so the turnover gives the ball back to Columbia City. And boy, Columbia City seems to have more spark to start the second half. Concordia with a couple of fouls, now a turnover. And the Eagles controlling play. You know, they had that stop defensively to end the first half, and they're starting to build some mojo. Wilson for 3 in the lead, not there. Rebound to Dance for Concordia. Tied at 22, 6:42 to go third quarter. Dance on the near side. Gets a screen from Gottschalk. Back outside it comes. Anderson sends it over. Gottschalk at the foul line. Back outside of Dance. Columbia City stays man-to-man. Dance top of the key. Drives it down the lane to the rack. Missed with the left hand. Rebound grabbed by Bechtold. Here come the Eagles on the run, trying to beat Concordia in transition. Wilson to the rack. Blocked. Loose ball. Out of bounds it goes. Last touch by Columbia City. And it'll be Cadets ball with 6:11 to go in the third quarter. Tied at 22. Now we're getting Noah Wygen into the ball game. Number 42, a 6-foot senior. And Wilson, who was fouled rather hard a few moments ago, goes to the bench, and you wonder if he's hurting just a little bit right now. He got really whacked good about a minute ago. Concordia this time gets the ball over the timeline. We're tied at 22. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Now Gottschalk gets a screen, comes to the top of the key. Near side, Dance. Dance gets a screen. He'll go to the elbow. Triple try, Pearson. Not there, too strong. Hayes in the rebound for Columbia City. And the Eagles can take the lead for the first time tonight on this trip. 5:40 left in the third quarter. Bechtold near side, Railing. Railing lifts it over. Bechtold, 4-3 in the lead. Bullseye! Bechtold from downtown. And Columbia City has their first lead in this game. 25-22 Eagles. 5:22 to go here in the third quarter. Concordia has been outscored 6-0 to start the second half. And going back to the first half, the Eagles are on an 8-point spurt. Dance to Anderson. Gottschalk spins to the lane. Tough shot, not there. Hayes in the rebound. And Columbia City with a 2-on-1. Hustling back to break it up is Gottschalk. But the Cadets are not as fluid offensively as they were in the first half. A little too much individual play right now for Concordia. Got to get back to that team basketball concept that they performed so fine in that first half. That's not over and back, says the official. The Concordia bench wanted that call, but the official said, nope, that's okay. Railing on the near side. Left corner it comes. Back out to Railing. Wygen. Wygen to Hazen. Pass knocked away, out of bounds. And they say, well, one guy says Concordia ball, but he may get overruled here. It looked to us that it last hit a Concordia player, and the call is reversed, and that's the right call. That should be Columbia City ball. We saw it hit a Concordia player before it went out of bounds, so the officials got together. It's Eagles ball at the baseline. 4:38 to go, third quarter. Hazen pulls up from 12. Got it! Hazen's got 13. And it's now a 10-point spurt for Columbia City. They have a 5-point lead, 27-22. It's been all Columbia City here in the second half so far. Here's a foul on the Eagles. And it's whistled on Railing. That'll be his second. The first on the Eagles here in the half. 4:22 to go in the third quarter. Columbia City 27, Concordia 22. Now the Cadets have to get themselves reorganized here. Columbia City has come out strong to start the second half. They scored the first 8 points in 10 straight going back to the end of the first half. Pearson to Dance. Coming down to 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Concordia still has not scored since halftime. Piper. Left wing it goes. Pearson. Tough man-to-man defense now by Columbia City. Pearson, whistle. And it looks like a Concordia foul coming here. And now the Cadets are struggling offensively. Meyer is whistled for his first team foul, number 3. 3:50 to go here in the third quarter. Columbia City 27, Concordia 22. Ashford checks back in for the Cadets. And Meyer will sit down. Ashford playing with 3 fouls, so he has to be careful here. He's really the only player in any sort of foul difficulty. 3:50 to go, third quarter. No pressure in the backcourt by Concordia. They set up their zone defense. Columbia City with a 5-point lead, 27-22. The Eagles have scored 10 straight going back to the end of the first half. Wilson, Hazen, Wilson. Bechtold, Wilson, Bechtold, Hazen, down the lane to the rack. He'll score. Hazen with an explosive move to the 10. And he now has 15 of the 29 points tonight for Columbia City. It's a 12-point run for the Eagles. They lead by 7, 29-22. Columbia City opening up some space now on the scoreboard. 3:11 to go first quarter. Long two is there for Dance. A much-needed bucket for Concordia. Dance's foot was on the line, so it's a long two. He now has 5 points. 29-24, Columbia City with a 5-point lead. That bucket for Dance ending a nice run for Columbia City at 12 in a row. They miss at the other end. Dance with the basketball. Dance spinning, left-hander, goes! Dance with back-to-back buckets. And Concordia back to within 3. 29-26 Columbia City. 2:33 to go here in the third quarter. Bechtold, Wilson, fires from 10, not there. Rebound, grabbed by Ashford. And they got numbers. Ashford pulls up and fires from the foul line, misses. Hazen the rebound. And here comes Columbia City leading by 3. 2:13 to go in the third quarter. Wilson looks over that 3-2 zone. Concordia has been in that zone since the start of the ball game. Wide open look. Caressi sneaking in through the back door. And that gives him 6 points for the night. 31-26, 5-point lead for Columbia City. Triple try Pearson and air ball. And Concordia saves it, but into the hands of Wilson. Wilson from behind almost lost it. Pearson hustling, almost came up with a steal. Hazen for 3, misses. Rebound, and we're going to get a foul on Caressi. With 1:31 to go in the third quarter. That's his first. Team foul number 2. And we are going to get a timeout taken here by Concordia. It's a full timeout being taken by the Cadets. 1:31 to go in the third quarter. Columbia City leading Concordia 31-26 as they've outscored them so far here in this third quarter, 12-4. Once again, tonight's broadcast being brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like our Facebook page at Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Parkview Sports Medicine is a proud supporter of Fort Wayne area athletics and its athletes. Parkview Sports Medicine can provide the training, treatment, and education you need to advance your sports game. Have questions about injury prevention, sports nutrition, and more? We've got you covered. That's Parkview Sports Medicine at parkview.com. Sports Center Incorporated is Fort Wayne's premier sporting goods dealer, offering equipment rental, embroidery, and screen printing. Sports Center is ready and willing to help you place orders and or answer any questions concerning pricing. Sports Center Incorporated is located at 3511 Coventry Lane, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46804. 1:31 to go in the third quarter. It's Columbia City 31, Concordia 26. Concordia earlier tonight won the JV game over Columbia City. A very entertaining JV game, by the way. 37-34, Concordia getting the win there. Now pressure in the backcourt by Columbia City. Gottschalk ahead to Pearson. Down court, he finds Meyer. Meyer back to Pearson. 1:20 left in the third quarter. Pearson working against Bechtold, comes to the near side. Now Pearson. They swing the ball to Dance in the left corner. Dance brings it back out to the wing. Dance looking for an opening, and he gives it up to Meyer from 16. He got it! Sam Meyer. His first bucket of the night. 6'3", 175 senior brings Concordia back to within 3. 31-28 favor Columbia City. 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. Bechtold to Christian, back to Bechtold, and he ran out of real estate, stepped out of bounds. Concordia gets it back with 42 seconds to go in the third quarter. Barkowiak checks in now. Alec Barkowiak, number 2 for Concordia, replacing Piper. 31-28, Columbia City with a 3-point lead. Concordia has the basketball, so a triple this time down for Concordia will tie the game. Now a 2-2-1 press by Columbia City. Concordia still not over the timeline. They're in trouble. There's a steal. Wilson, the pilfer, and the bucket. Wilson has 7. And it's a 5-point lead for Columbia City. 33-28 favor the Eagles. 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Barkowiak to Dance. Dance, tough shot. Not there, too strong. Rebound out of bounds. They say last touch by the Cadets. So it's Columbia City ball with 12.9 to go in the third quarter. Anderson back in for Concordia, replacing Barkowiak. 12.9 to go in the third quarter. 33-28. Now we'll get Wygent, number 42, back in for Columbia City. And Christian will sit down. Oh, no, he's not sitting down. Somebody else sat down. Well, we got 6 guys right now. Okay, Wygent, or rather Christian apparently with a blood situation, so he went over to our right to get that taken care of. Wilson picks the ball up. The clock starts. 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 8 seconds. Down low, Hazen. He stepped out of bounds. He did. He stepped on the baseline. That's 2 times it's happened now. Well, now, wait a minute. Do we have a foul? I beg your pardon. We got a foul on Concordia. Fouls on R.J. Anderson. I beg your pardon. That was a foul on Concordia. 3 on Anderson, 4 on the team. Out of bounds, Columbia City. 5.8 to go, third quarter. And it comes to Hazen. Hazen, tough shot. Not there. Rebound, Gottschalk. And the third quarter comes to an end. So Columbia City outscoring Concordia in that third quarter. 14-6 after 3 is Columbia City 33, Concordia 28. 8 minutes to go in this one. Once again, tonight's broadcast being brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Taking a look at the individual numbers through 3 quarters. For Columbia City, Parker Hazen leads the way with 15 points. 15 points for Hazen. Mitchell Wilson has 7. 6 for Caressi. 5 for Bechtold. For Concordia, Dance has 7 points. 3 for Piper. 3 for Pearson. 4 for Gottschalk. 9 for Ashford. And 2 for Meyer. At the foul line, Columbia City is 2 of 8 through 3 quarters. Concordia 1 out of 2 at the stripe. 8 minutes to play in this one. We start the fourth quarter. Columbia City 33, Concordia 28. Cadets ball on the possession arrow. Will start the fourth quarter as they work the bucket to our right. Dance with the basketball. Gives it up to Ashford. Ashford and Anderson both with 3 fouls for Concordia. Here's Pearson. Pearson on the right wing. Guarded by Wilson. Whistle, and we're going to get a foul on the Cadets. Away from the basketball, Meyer picks up his second. And that's 5 fouls now by our count on Concordia, although the board shows 4. So we're going to have to, now they put up 5. Columbia City with the basketball. Wilson, Bechtold, Wilson. 7:32 to go. A miss on the inside for Caressi. Rebound missed. And the rebound to Ashford for Concordia. 7:21 to go in the game. Still a 5-point lead for Columbia City. 33-28. Pearson to Dance. Dance on the right wing. Brings it back outside, resets the offense. Goes between the circles. Dance to the elbow. Hands it back to Gottschalk. Gottschalk gives it up to Dance. Dance looking for a screen. Goes to the left wing. 6:56 to go in the game. 33-28. Favor Columbia City over Concordia. Dance brings it back outside. Now drives it. Gives it up to Ashford. Ashford down the lane. There's contact, but before that, a whistle. And we're going to get a Columbia City foul on Simmons.
Number 24, Trent Simmons.
That'll be his first. Team foul number 3. Neither team has hit the bonus, obviously. Dance will trigger at the baseline with 6:44 left. Ashford runs it down on the left wing. Now here's Dance. Clock winds down to 6:33 to play. 33-28 Columbia City over Concordia. Dance between the circles. Cadets again being very patient. Dance to the top of the key. Dance spins and we get a whistle. And I believe a timeout taken here by Concordia. It's a 30-second timeout as Austin Toms not totally satisfied with what he sees offensively right now. So he'll call a 30. Well, 6:20 to go in the ball game. 33-28. A 5-point lead for Columbia City. Parkview Sports Medicine, a proud supporter of Fort Wayne area athletics and its athletes. Parkview Sports Medicine can provide the training, treatment, and education you need to advance your sports game. Have questions about injury prevention, sports nutrition, and more? We've got you covered. That's Parkview Sports Medicine at parkview.com. Concordia now with 3 timeouts left. Columbia City has all 5 of their timeouts remaining. Here's Ashford, high arcing shot, not there. And the rebound to Hazen for Columbia City. 6:10 left in the ball game. Coach Toms stomps his foot down here following that missed opportunity. Hazen can't finish, gets his own rebound, scores. Parker Hazen has 17 points. And it's a 7-point lead for Columbia City, 35-28 Eagles. That's the first bucket by anybody in the fourth quarter. Clock winds down to 5:43 left in the game. Pearson. Now Meyer, right baseline, outside, got shot for 3, not there. Rebound, Ashford, back up, high arcing shot, got it. Ashford's first bucket since the second quarter, he now has 11. 35-30, Concordia's only scored 8 points since halftime. 35-30, Columbia City with the ball in a 5-point lead. 5:15 left in this contest. Down low, now Hazen has it. Hazen, pass out of bounds. As Columbia City broke down offensively there. Out of bounds to Concordia. 5:09 to go in the game. Columbia City 35, Concordia 30. Here come the Cadets. Chance to cut the lead to 3 or perhaps 2 on this trip. Pearson, top of the key. Pearson hands it back now to Gottschalk. Over to Dance. Dance between the circles. He'll drive it, stumbles down the lane. Runner is not there. Hazen rebounds for Columbia City. 4:45 left. Bechtold at the foul line, near side. Now here is a shot missed by Caresi. Rebound to Dance. Dance down court. Dance in a hurry. Runner with the right hand. Got it. Dance has 9. 35-32. The Columbia City lead is 3. 4:19 left in the ball game. Here's Bechtold to Wygant. Back to Bechtold. Bechtold to Wilson. Bechtold, top of the key. Bechtold thinks about it. Now delivers it down low to Hazen. Hazen to the rack. Misses, but he got fouled. Parker Hazen, 6'7" senior, to the stripe for 2.
Foul is on number 30.
Fouls on Meyer. So now you got Ashford, Anderson, and Meyer for Concordia, all with 3 fouls. 6 team foul the Cadets. Next one on them will put Columbia City into the bonus, and that could be key down the stretch. 4:05 remaining in this contest. Columbia City 35, Concordia 32. Still anybody's ball game. Hazen, 2 foul shots. Sinks the first one. Columbia City 3 of 9 at the line. But a big foul shot there for Hazen. He now has 18 points. He'll look for number 19 at the line. The 6'7", 190 senior has had a strong game tonight for the Eagles. Good tune-up for both teams heading into sectional play on Tuesday night. It's been a hard-fought contest. Now we're going to get a lane violation. Lane violation on Columbia City. And Hazen made the foul shot, but it won't count. 36-32, 4-point lead for the Eagles. They set up pressure in the backcourt. Dance to Gottschalk. Pearson over the timeline. Pearson, Meyer, out top Gottschalk. He'll hand it off to Dance. 3:50 left in the ball game. Ashford to the left wing it goes. Gottschalk, Ashford. Pearson has it. Pearson gets a screen. Back to Ashford. Ashford pinned along the baseline, and a pass is stolen by Bechtold. Good defense there by Columbia City. Here come the Eagles with a 4-point lead. 36-32 Eagles. 3:26 left in the game. Into the right corner it goes to Railing. Wilson. Hazen in the lane. He'll give it up. Wilson, the freshman. Hazen ducks it. Hazen's got 20. And he has been a huge force tonight for Columbia City. 38-32, 6-point lead now for the Eagles. 3 minutes left in the ball game. Pearson fires, misses. Rebound, Gottschalk hands it off. Ashford won't shoot. Back outside of Dance. And we're down to 2:47. 38-32, Columbia City by 6. Dance in the lane. Somehow he got that ball. Was nearly stolen. Dance fouled in the shot. He'll shoot a pair. And the foul is on Wygant. Wygant's first. That's the 4th on the team. So the Eagles still have 2 fouls to give. Dance 9 points for tonight. Make it 10. He's now 2 of 3 at the line. 38-33, 5-point lead for Columbia City. 2:41 left in the game. Dance with 10. He averages 8.5 a game. 36% foul shooter. Missed the second one. And the rebound tapped to Railing. 38-33, 5-point lead for Columbia City. They have the basketball. 2:32 to go. There's a steal at midcourt for Concordia. Meyer got the pilfer. Gottschalk foul on the floor. Columbia City had fouls to give. So this will be out of bounds for Concordia. Foul on Wilson, his second. Team foul number 5. Out of bounds Concordia. 2:28 to go. Columbia City still has a foul to give. Now here is Dance. Dance to Ashford. Oh, there's a steal, but they also have a foul. And there's their foul to give. Wilson's third. And the team fouls are even now 6 apiece. 2:23 left. That all-important possession arrow right now belongs to Columbia City. 38-33, Columbia City by 5 over Concordia. Dance will trigger. Dance looking. Gets it into Ashford. Back to Dance. Dance to the lane. Guarded by Hazen, so he can't shoot. Has to bring it back outside. They'll reset the offense. Down to 2:12 remaining. Dance, top of the key. Gets a screen to the right elbow. Double team. Gives it up to Ashford. Ashford down the lane. Tough shot. Goes off the window. Ashford's got 13. 38-35. 1 possession game. 1:53 left. Eagles with a 3-point lead, having trouble getting the ball over the timeline. And Brent Eberle calls a timeout. With 1:51 remaining, it's a full timeout. Timeout situation. 4 left for Columbia City. 3 left for Concordia. Once again, tonight's game being brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like our Facebook page at Summit City Sports. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Parkview Sports Medicine is a proud supporter of Fort Wayne area athletics and its athletes. Parkview Sports Medicine can provide the training, treatment, and education you need to advance your sports game. Have questions about injury prevention, sports nutrition, and more? We've got you covered. That's Parkview Sports Medicine at parkview.com. Sports Center Incorporated is Fort Wayne's premier sporting goods dealer, offering equipment rental, embroidery, and screen printing. Sports Center is ready and willing to help you place orders and or answer any questions concerning pricing. Sports Center Incorporated is located at 5511 Coventry Lane, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46804. 1:51 to go. Columbia City at 10-13, leading Concordia 38-35. 3-point lead for the Eagles. They have the basketball out of their timeout. 6 fouls on both teams. Possession arrow belongs to Columbia City if we need it. Down to 140. Eagles with the basketball and a 3-point lead. Wygen in trouble. Gives it up to Railing. Cross court. Almost stolen by Ashford. He knocks it out of bounds. Stops the clock with 1:33 to go. And inbounding would be Bechtold. Bechtold gives it into Wilson. Now here's Hazen coming out to the top of the key. Hands it back to Bechtold. When will Concordia start the foul here? Hazen drives into the rack and scores and one. Parker Hazen with a big-time move there. That gives him 7 in the quarter, 22 for the night. The foul on Meyer, his 4th. Team foul number 7. Big bucket for Columbia City. They lead now 40-35 with 1:22 left in the game. Piper checks in for Meyer. 40-35 Columbia City. 2-possession game once again. 1:22 to go. Hazen at the line, going for the old-fashioned 3-point play, and gets it. The old-fashioned 3-point play for Hazen. And it's a 6-point lead now for Columbia City, 41-35. In the backcourt, Gottschalk. Down to 1:15. Gottschalk over the timeline, picked up by Bechtold. Ashford at the right elbow. Hands it back to Dance. Down to 1:07. Gottschalk, triple try. Is not there as it hops over the backboard out of bounds. Columbia City gets a big stop. They get the ball back with 1:03. Morrow checks in for Concordia. Number 15. 1:03 remaining. Hazen will trigger. Pressure in the backcourt by Concordia. Hazen can't find anyone to pass it to and is forced to take a timeout. That will leave him with 3, and it's a 30-second timeout. So let's take this chance here to kind of reset things. 1:03 left in the ball game. Columbia City 41, Concordia 35. 7 fouls on Concordia, 6 fouls on Columbia City. So both teams are in the 1-and-1 bonus. That all-important possession arrow belongs to Columbia City. Foul situation for Concordia. Meyer has 4. Ashford and Anderson each have 3. And Wilson has 3 fouls for Columbia City. Parker Hazen has been the difference tonight for Columbia City. The big 6'7" senior, 23 points. Kind of got off to a slow start in the first quarter. He had 9 points at halftime. Had 15 points after the third quarter. He has scored 8 here in the fourth, 23 for the night. And Hazen will trigger. Pressure in the backcourt by Concordia. In it comes, and there's an immediate foul. Just 1 second came off the clock. Foul is on Pearson, his first. That's the 8th on the team, so it's still 1-and-1. And again, Columbia City has had some issues at the foul line tonight. Bechtold 1-and-1. Columbia City is 4 out of 11 at the line tonight. But they got a chance maybe to seal the deal with the charity stripe. Jordan Bechtold, 5'11", 165 senior, 1-and-1. 1:02 left. Misses. No bonus. Concordia basketball as Ashford runs down the rebound. Under a minute to play. Dance over the timeline. Dance to Pearson. Now Piper. Concordia's down 6. Can't waste too much time here now. Pearson with 48 seconds. Ashford, Pearson, right corner, triple try. Not there. Rebound out of bounds, they say. Last touched by Concordia. Last touch by Dance. So it's Columbia City basketball with 41.3 to go. Morrow back in. Look for the immediate foul here by Concordia. Hazen triggers. Looking. looking, long pass down court. Railing scores, and that's his first bucket of the night, and that will pretty much seal the deal right there. That was the dagger. 8-point lead now for Columbia City. And Concordia almost turns it over. Last touch by Railing before it goes out of bounds. But we're down to 28 seconds now. 28.3. 8-point lead for Columbia City. Concordia really up against it. Dance triggers. And on the inbounds, goes out of bounds off of Railing. It remains Concordia basketball. No time came off the clock. Meyer checks in, replacing Morrill. 28.3 to go. Ashford misses. And Hazen the rebound. Over it comes to Bechtold. 21 seconds. Hazen, bounce pass inside. Railing decides to bring it back outside and wisely use up some more time. Bechtold is fouled with 15 seconds to go. And it looks like Columbia City will get their 11th victory of the season. Foul on Gottschalk is second. That's 9 fouls on Concordia. So it's still 1-1. Jordan Bechtold at the line, 5'10" senior. He just missed moments ago. Columbia City 4 of 12 at the line tonight. And Bechtold will get the bonus. Now 5 of 13 are the Eagles. And it's a 44-35 lead for Columbia City. 3-possession game, 15.2. Concordia and Columbia City both have 3 timeouts left. Bechtold will now shoot the bonus. 15.2 remaining. 44-35 Columbia City. Bechtold scores. He now has 7. And a 10-point lead for Columbia City. They have scored the last 7 points to open up distance here in the final minute or so. Dance, whistle, and with 8 seconds to go, 8.8, we're going to get a foul on Columbia City on Wilson, his 4th. And that's the 17th foul, so the clock is stopped and Dance is at the line for 1-1. He has 10 points tonight. 8.8 remaining. 10-point lead for Columbia City, 45-35. Dance with 10 points tonight, looking for number 11, and misses. Hazen runs down the rebound, and it looks like he's just going to dribble out the clock. Yep, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and that's all there is. There ain't no more. Final score tonight here at Concordia Lutheran High School. The Columbia City Eagles 45, and the Concordia Cadets 35. And I'm sure the two coaches, Austin Toms and Brent Eberly, have to be satisfied. This was a good scrap tonight. Final regular season game, good tune-up for both teams heading into sectionals. Concordia led 12-6 after the first quarter, 22-19 at the half. But Columbia City took over in the third, outscoring Concordia 14-6 to take a 33-28 lead after 3. The lead was just 3 points at 38-35 before the Eagles scored the last 7 points of the game to win it by 10, 45-35. Final unofficial numbers for Columbia City. Parker Hazen finished with 23 points tonight to lead all scorers. 2 points for Railing, 7 for Bechtold, 7 for Wilson, and 6 for Caresi. For Concordia, Jaden Dance finished up with 10 points, 3 for Piper, 3 for Pearson, 4 for Gottschalk, 13 points for Ashford. So Larson Ashford, the leading scorer tonight for Concordia with 13 points. Dance at 10 points. Meyer wound up with 2. So Concordia will go into the sectionals with a record of 3-18. They'll face Angola in the Garrett sectionals on Tuesday night. Columbia City will head to Belmont for the sectional there with a record of 11-13. Hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast, which has been brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260Sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'd like to thank our sponsors once again, Parkview Sports Medicine and Sports Center Incorporated. That's the story tonight here at Concordia Lutheran High School as we wrap up the regular season for 2016-2017. And now on behalf of our cameraman, Balin Height, I'm Jim Measles saying once again the final score. The Columbia City Eagles 45, the Concordia Lutheran Cadets 35. Have a good night, everybody.